ladies and gentlemen.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside Venerable in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Soldier Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive. Pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Watch the
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Check 43.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Do. My ball. 52. Whip. Watch the whip. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Third down. Here's Haskins. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a first down carry by Bell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. With that run, double-check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. This is Bell. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A first carry now. This is Hill. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And the pressure gets to him again. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
These two teams all tied after 1. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Fielded at the 20. It'll It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. It's a big run that time by Bell. 57 yards on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Undercrunch. Alert flare.
Bell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Switch up.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Miami.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Hill. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 3.
2nd and 5. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Brings up third down.
Ready. 50 seconds left. Heavy on the edges. Check.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense. But whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On play action, Haskins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Gets it off to Freeman. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Oh, you got deep? My 52. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
2nd and 14. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They're going to look to throw. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They'll run it. Freeman. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Christian Wilkins showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run it with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
No. Hey. Short. Right 52. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Haskins, he'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Le'Veon Bell. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Check hot route. Hot. 58's the mark. 58's the mark.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. There he goes, right side. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
Knocking on the door.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Khalil Mack getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's coming, double up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Gain of 11 yards. It's now 4th down.
Go 58's the mark. We got it. Go, Trey.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Wilson has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. On 3rd down, it's Patterson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run. and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Don't be scared.
Haskins going to try to throw it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 77 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Dolphins 10.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football,
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Chicago, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills.